In the mid 20th century, it seemed that classical architecture had become obsolete and said to be relegated to the history books. Modernism had emerged as the dominant movement in architecture, leading to radical break with the past. In a world where form was to follow function, ornament was rejected and historical styles discarded as irrelevant to modern life. But having almost disappeared completely in the 20th century, classical architecture is back. As early as the 1960, a group of architects began to invoke the classical tradition to critique the sterility of modernism. Modernism apa sih? Modernis, modernist ornamentation such as columns, molding, pilasters, and conics began to be used in unexpected ways in what became known as postmodern architecture. The style became popular in the 80s and 90s, and while most architects merely made reference to the past, some were designing classical buildings in a more literal and earnest way. There are reinterpretations of classicism molded to fantasies of modern life gave birth to what is known as neo or contemporary classical architecture, a movement emphasizing dialogue with the past and sustainability through long-lasting and well-crafted buildings adapted to their local context. Despite its name, the term does only refer to new buildings in the strictly classical tradition derived from ancient Greece and Rome, but also encompasses related styles like Gothic or Art Deco and other traditional architecture from around the world. The movement has grow, grown and grown as classical instruction was reintroduced in some architecture schools and institutions as well as prize were founded to promote it. In this video, I'd like to showcase a selection of notable buildings belonging to this new wave of classical or traditional architecture taken from their different countries. Complete in 1992, the Maitland Robinson Library is located at Downing College, Cambridge, and was designed by architect Quinlan Terry. Dating back to the early years of the 19th century, the college was originally built according to plans by William Wilkins, an architect who had personally listed many ancient ruins, is graced and used his scholarly knowledge of Athenian architecture in the project. Made of load-bearing Caton stone, the new library pays homage to Wilkins' vision to the powerful Doric protocol was inspired by one of his unrealized designs as well as the gateway into the Roman agora in Athens and features a frieze palace with a large scale carved symbols of the subject's talk and studied at the Cholex. The octagonal tower surrounding the library is derived from the Tower of the Wind. Another a great Athenian monument and the door case combined Greek design with reference to Michelangelo elegant work in the Medici Chapel in Florence. Apart from the library, there also designed at the Howard Building for the Cholex in the 1980 and is known for the mixed-use development Richmond Riverside in London and for enlargement of Brentwood Cathedral inspired by the only Italian Renaissance and the English Baroque of Sir Christopher Wren. 2012 saw the completion of the first new purpose-built art gallery to be constructed on London's Bond Street since the early 20th century, rising gracefully beside its neighbor. Sotheby's, the Richard Grant Gallery, specializes in paintings by masters of modern art, complementing the furnace building at the opposite side of the street, which saw works for the Dutch Golden Age to Impressionism. The gallery maintains a distinct identity while fitting seamlessly into elegant Bond Street, known for its prostitution, fashion retailers, and auction house. Following the typical 18th century arrangements, scene house follow 20th century arrangements seen in nearby buildings. The gallery consists of a single-story shop front, two principal floors, and an attic. The Portland stone facade has been designed to incorporate the memory of the two previous structures on the site, and although architectural detail is simple, the three bas relief by the artist Alexander Stoddard makes it clear that this is a neoclassical building. This illustrated scanning from the Odyssey chosen as an allegory for the development of modern art from 1900 to the present day. The Richard Grant Gallery was designed by George Samara Smith of Adam Architecture, a firm that has done considerable work in master planning neo-traditional tones.